Today's video was on one of the world's great red wines. The conversation will be on Brunello di Montalcino. I'll discuss a bit about where the wine is from. I'll provide some shopping tips that can prove helpful when you're out looking for these wines. I'll give you an idea of what you can expect in your wine glass. And also, I'm going to be tasting a more than 30-year-old Brunello di Montalcino Riserva. Hi, I'm Bob Paulinski. I've been a Master of Wine for more than 20 years. I've worked in the wine trade for more than 40 years, and I post YouTube videos as often as I can. The wines are made entirely from Sangiovese, locally called Brunello, located in Tuscany around the hill town of Montalcino. Take the place of origin along with the grape variety, there you have Brunello di Montalcino. This is a DOCG, the highest classification for Italian wine. This is an ancient wine region, but it's only over the last 40 years or so that its reputation has soared. In general, the wines do see very good international availability. Think of the regions as a hierarchy of good, better, and best. Good or entry-level Rosso di Montalcino is classified as DOC. The wine must spend at least 6 months in barrel and 1 year aging prior to release. This is a lighter, less concentrated, fresher, brighter style of wine, meant to be consumed within about 5 to 7 years from the vintage. Good examples can sometimes be found in that 20 to 30 range, sometimes nudging a bit higher. This will be a topic for a future video. By comparison, Brunello di Montalcino is routinely from preferred vineyard sites with lower yields. The wines also receive longer maceration times, and what this leads to is deeper, denser, more structured wines. Oak plays a role, but it'll vary by producer. Some will use various types of oak. There can also be differences in terms of the oak age and barrel size. A degree of new oak is often used. The wines must be aged at least 5 years prior to release, with at least 2 years in barrel. The wines will show depth and structure to age 20 years or more. The wines will often start at around $40, but they'll quickly jump from that point. Recently, there have been a string of very good vintages. Check a vintage chart and you'll see for yourself. But one call out, sometimes with warmer years, it can lead to elevated alcohol levels. My recommendation is if the alcohol level bumps up to about 15, it's often too high for the structure of the wine, and the wines can come across as being out of balance. At the top tier is Brunello di Montalcino Riserva. This represents the smallest production level within the region, made from the top vineyard sites and only in the best years. New oak often plays a more prominent role. The wines must be aged a minimum of 6 years with at least 2 years in barrel. These are wines made for long-term cellaring. 30-year plus is well within reach. I've occasionally seen offerings around $50 per bottle, but more times than not, the prices will be in that $100 plus range. If you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please take a moment and do it right now. Also hit the like button and definitely hit that notification bell. That way you'll be kept up to speed on all things happening here. These things very much do help to get my videos out to a broader audience. As for the wine to be opened, it's a 1993 Tenuta La Fuga Brunello di Montalcino Riserva. I've had this wine for about 25 years. It's been stored in great condition that entire time. I thought I had opened the last bottle about a year ago, but happy day, I found 2 more bottles tucked away. As you can see, the production level is low, just over 6,000 bottles. With wines that are 10 years old or more, it's best to let the bottle stand upright for a day or two before opening. This will allow any sediment to work its way down into the base of the bottle, reducing the chance of it ending up in your wine glass. Next, shine a bright light up into the base of the bottle to look for sediment. It doesn't show well in this video, but I could see there wasn't much, therefore I'm opting to not decant this wine. Truth be told, I rarely decant any older wine. I'm convinced that it actually does more harm than good. Let me know what you think about this topic. I'm also using what is called an ASO, sometimes just a 2-pronged cork extractor, which is helpful with older bottles where the cork can be a bit soft or crumbly. This type of opener costs about $10. Another option is the Duran cork extractor, but the truth is, at over $100, I'm just too cheap to buy one. At over 30 years old, this wine looks exactly as expected. It's showing significant fade along with some slight browning at the edge of the glass. Now, with an aged wine, the cork is the weak link. If something is going to go wrong, this is probably going to be the cause. But in this case, the cork looks good. It's not crumbly, it's firm. A little bit of seepage up the side of the cork, but nothing too extreme. The end that was in the bottle does show a little bit of tartrate crystals, completely natural. This is a piece of tree bark that's definitely done its job. Now, with the wine itself, the aroma on this is really, really nice. There's this star anise character, a little bit of like a toasted nut character, a little bit like hazelnut, dried rose petal, a little like clove and black olives, almost like a balsamic characteristic. But these are all tertiary notes. These are all characteristics that have developed with significant bottle age. The aromatics are just wonderful. And the wine's been open about 5 or 7 minutes, so I'm curious to see how this develops. But right out of the gate, really quite exceptional. On the palate, good weight. The acidity is still very bright. I'm not getting the volatile acidity, which sometimes you get that in wines that are well aged. This is actually holding together extremely well. All those tertiary notes follow through from the aroma to the palate. Very good length. Some soft tannins. The wine is still, I wouldn't say quite over the hill, but it's right getting to that crest of the hill. I have one bottle left. I'm in no rush to drink this. If I got to it in another year, 2, 3, I think the wine's going to be just fine. But this is really drinking beautiful. And here's an example of what you can have in your cellar. You can pick up some of these wines, the current vintages, pick wisely, and the wines will reward you in a massive way several years down the road. They've got fantastic aging potential. And if you've had aged wines and you're fans, you're in the know. If you're not, this is something to focus on. This is one of those blue chip wines that you just can't go wrong with. I absolutely love it. I'm going to be enjoying this later tonight. This is really quite exceptional. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. I do my very best to follow up on each and every one. In recent months, the amount of dialogue with my videos has really increased. It's a wonderful thing. I like the banter that goes back and forth. People are interested. They're very engaged. That's exactly what I've been looking for with this channel, so it's very much appreciated. As for me, I'm going to be drinking something that is absolutely incredible. I hope you're drinking something very good as well tonight. And please stop back again before too long. Cheers. Mm.